Folks, Warriors win and the homestand 4-2. Right the ship a little bit. While this trade deadline is going on, we pick up the win. We now have basically 6 games on the road. All-Star break, and then another game on the road in Sacramento. Folks, Randy Silver Warriors Digest, thank you for being here. We're going to break down the Warriors versus Magic game. Moses Moody comments. He's playing really well. Hit some dagger shots last night. We have sound bites from him and Steve Kerr. We have sound bites from Steph Curry, Steve Kerr talking about, and Draymond talking about the trade deadline. Folks, please subscribe. We're less than 75 people away from 8,000 Warriors Digest. Thank you. Help us get there. I want to thank Ben Rogers helping with the trade deadline stuff. If you're here every day, you know I'm a sportscaster, sports reporter. By day, I can't break all the news that you guys need at home. So Ben Rogers is coming in to make sure you get all the trade deadline news. Everything is your source on Warriors Digest. We want to keep you updated 24/7. It's about the fans. So Ben's able to make sure you get the news when you need it. When you hear it, we break it here first for you. Let's talk about Moses Moody, folks. His game was next level against the Magic. 24 minutes. He's getting consistent minutes as of late. 17 points. One of his highest totals of the season. 2 of 4 from the line. 3 of 5 from 3. 6 of 9 total. But folks, what have we been talking about as fans? We want Moses to play consistent minutes. When we look at recent games, he had the injuries which limited him. But he's finally getting the minutes that we were hoping for. In January, 15, 9, 26, 15, 23. Kind of bouncing. But look, once the 115 happened, he's played 20-plus minutes since in the month of January. We look in December, wasn't playing a lot. He had some injuries. Early in the season, was bouncing around. Would play the first half and didn't do anything in the second half. Kurt wouldn't play him. So it's hard as a player to get into the mode when you're not getting consistent minutes. And that's exactly what Moses talked about in his postgame. Having consistent minutes has been massive for him to play well.
Couple weeks in general. It's been a pretty sustained stretch where you've been scoring and shooting the ball pretty well. How good does that feel?
Yeah, feels good. I've been able to play a lot in the games, find the flow, find the rhythm, and kind of carry it on game to game. So, yeah, it felt good.
How critical has it been getting consistent playing time these last few weeks? How much has that helped just with where you're at right now?
Yeah, it's been big, been great. That's how I always played. So just being away from that and having to figure it out is always going to be different. You never kind of know what you're going to get, but just staying ready, keeping that mentality, and that's like I've done it the hard way. So being able to get the minutes and get the consistency makes the game a lot easier for me.
Love it. And remember, folks, let's show you this. Moody got the contract before the season. 3 years, basically $13 million per year extension. So if you're going to pay the guy, play the guy. And finally, Steve Kerr is actually doing it, and he talks about that post-game as well.
Last 10, where have you seen the biggest offensive growth in the last few weeks?
And just confidence, he's getting consistent minutes and he's making the most of them. And, he has the occasional night where, shots don't go in and it doesn't bother him because he knows he's coming right back the next game. And so I think the consistency is helping him. And I thought he hit the biggest shot of the game tonight, that corner 3. So really fun to see Moses play well and continue to play well.
Completely agree. Now, when you look at the game itself, Warriors, Magic did have, a lot of their players back. You can see that at the top. They have Boncaro who's in, Wagner's back. They played well, but the rest of the Magic didn't do much besides Cole Anthony on the bench, 26 points. Magic started the game much better than the Warriors, but that third quarter, 15-point margin for the Warriors, and it helped us get the victory. Green coming back from injury was big for this team. His defensive presence had multiple good stops in the fourth quarter on Boncaro in the paint. 7 rebounds, 4 points. Wiggins, 25 points. Has been our main scorer behind Steph Curry. Look at that, folks. Quinten Post has been starting consistently now the past week. Stretch 5 really helped space the floor for the bad man Steph Curry. 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Only 2 of 12 from 3. Not ideal for him whatsoever. When we look at the recap, the game cast again. This shouldn't be happening where the Magic are up like this. And they got even, halftime right there. And usually what has happened, third quarters have not been ours. Excuse me, have been ours. Third quarters have been ours. And then fourth quarters, it gets close again. And we lose the game. We're able to pull it out. So it's a big win for the Warriors here at home, 4-2. They're now 25-24 on the season, third in the Pacific Division. But we're still behind the Suns. Yes, we got blown out by them. If you look here, everyone's tied. You win 2 games in a row, you're a playoff team. You lose a game, you're not playing. And the Spurs now have Fox and Wemby together. They're making that push. Something cool to see, folks. Coach broke a clipboard during a timeout. That's the first one he's broke all year. So that means Kerr was in this. I love the fire. We talked about Draymond Green coming back from rehab. Good to see. Needed. Hear from his words.
Get my legs back underneath me and get my rhythm back. But I could defend, so I'll live with that for now.
Could you explain, like, as much as you can, what you were kind of going through with the calf?
Yeah, I had a little small tear in my calf, and so it was just rehabbing it. First few days it was really sore. And then after that, gradually got better. It's tricky. First thing Rick said to me was like, it's one of those things that you don't know, like it just go, like, and there was no signs or nothing like that, like I wasn't tight or anything. It just kind of goes, and so it's tricky because as you're going through the rehab process, you have to be conscious of that. Like at any point, it can just go. So I'm being careful, but I always tell y'all Rick's the best in the game, so I just follow along his plan every day. He asks me how I feel.
You get the gist of it. And I've torn my calf before. It's like a calf pull, calf tear. It hurts. You can't move. It really sucks. Now, the trade deadline, folks, just to finish this off, we won't play the video. You can see the quote right there. We all know Joe Lacob is pissed at 500. You'd be a fool to sit back and think everything is okay. Not with that guy. You got to expect they'll be aggressive. The Luka trade, De'Aaron Fox trade, what Ben has talked about on this channel. Are we going to go get KD, Paul George, Miles Turner we've talked about? Zach LaVine's off the table. What about Vooch from Chicago? Jonas Valanciunas, Washington, Zion Williams, Brandon Ingram. All these out there and play the next 48 hours. And you can subscribe to Warriors Digest because we're going to keep you updated. And again, Warriors 4-2 at this homestand. I said this needed to happen. We did it. Post has been starting. Green is back. And now we're on the road. And it's going to be a tough stretch on the road for the Warriors, folks. It's not an easy stretch by any means going into the All-Star break. You have Utah, which should be a win. Lakers, we have not played well, 0-2 this season. And it doesn't look like Luka will be back for this game. At Chicago should be a win. Milwaukee with Giannis, we'll see how we do. Then Dallas, we'll see if AD is playing for that. Rockets, and then you get the break, and then at Sacramento and Dallas at home. So tough stretch, at least we're 4-2 at home in the stretch here. Gets us back to where we were. Right there, between 7 through 10, everyone's right there. We're 11th. Please subscribe Warriors Digest. Ben and I will keep you updated on everything the next 48 hours on trades. If I can't do it, he'll do it. We're your one-stop shop for Warriors news. Warriors beat the Magic. Let's go. Fans, help us get to 8,000. Appreciate you.